Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? Yeah, y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Hold on, let me share this video. How you doing? Yes, I did. Sorry y'all, sorry y'all. Stuff was acting funny. Stuff was acting funny, okay? Look who shows up out of 3 billion years. Oh my god, y'all. I'm just saying, twin, you finally show up in a billion fucking years, shy. It's been a long time. We all peeking in the doors of the small house have been open. I'm just saying. What happened? What I missed? Huh? What did I miss? I'm confused. Hey Trina. Hey Loving and Living. Hey Lady Style. Hey Miss Girl. Hey Tony Montana. I've been off this message there. I caught 10 minutes of Hardy Live. Yes, we can hear you. Miss Crystal says she's here. What the hell you back? Well, I hope the monster ain't coming back. Yes, I'm back. Take it back. I'm back. Hey, Women Empire. Hey, Demetra. Love the thumbnail. Oh, you love the thumbnail now? Look. Don't get too used to those type of thumbnails because we will be going back to our demonic thumbnails. Okay, so don't be getting too used to the thumbnails now. Ain't she going off on Demetra, right? Hey, that's what she going on. figure out how y'all keeping nigga hostage. Child, please, twin. So blessed. Teachers and hey, Alex, Jessica. So bad when you say you ain't come back. I thought, yeah, right. So bad, go Jimmy. I gotta scroll past these thumbnails later. Not yes, Tia. Scroll past me, girl. Just, just scroll past me. But Miss Olivia cussing out Demetria, even though thank you. You like my avatar pic? I finally changed it. I'm glad somebody noticed it. See, y'all intels don't be paying attention like y'all supposed to do. Hold on, y'all. Soundbite. Jessica, hit the link, bitch. It's Friday. Is you off work? Hit the link. Cause she said what? Yeah! Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all know how I be with this mute button, y'all. Okay, quick, fast and hurry, cause the sound bite just it does too much. Okay, just way too much. But I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I'm not over there listening to Miss Olivia's live. I dropped the link, Jessica. Can't drop it too long. Hold on. Sorry, y'all, about the mute, but I was doing something, so that's what happened. Sorry, the one and only. Hey, phenomenal Scorpio, spicy dicey. Y'all gonna listen to me one day at some point. Well, I mean, I think a lot of she said she don't see the link, y'all. Uh, baby girl, can you drop the link or BL? She said she can't see my link. You don't see my link here on the thing. Hmm. I'm confused. What is Miss Olivia saying? that means you see the link. So she said she could see it. She could see it. Oh, hold on real quick. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Y'all should be getting the link. I don't know why y'all can't see it. I dropped it like twice, and I don't understand why y'all cannot see the link. Who? Is Alex in here? Huh? Don't see it. Don't see it. Not a damn thing. Okay. Oh gosh, this is annoying, child. Y'all still in here listening to? I mean, please, y'all. Oh, I swear I don't need to read y'all comment. They said they can't see my link, and I don't know. Let me post it on the community wall. Okay, okay, okay. There it goes, y'all. My bestie dropped it for me. Thank you, bestie girl. Right, they is. Like the best. Hey, Jessica. How
Girl,
you been, girl? I've been missing you.
girl, I was 38 high early. I ain't gonna lie to you. Miss Cruiser had me wanting to like go home sick just to jump on Miss Bless Live, but whatever, that's over and done with. But anyway, so I finally on my way home from work, like I was listening to your live, and it was a good ass live, because you kind of broke down everything from last night to the cruiser thing, and then Demetra and damn Miss Olivia. I heard everything. But now she, when I tell you, is going completely off, and the little piece that I did hear, girl, I was like, what the fuck? She was like, um, and you bitches be all mad, in y'all feelings, because I said, see, you bitches don't know how to run a panel. Y'all don't know how to run a fucking panel. See, y'all be all in your feelings because I said your fucking panel was boring. Well, bitch, it's boring. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to send some intels over there, girl. Because I think now she on to Demetra, but that was that was a lot, Pizarro. So I thought that's really why you was coming live. You know, you there? You got your sound bites? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. The sound bites do too much. But
Oh yeah, because I want to
it's
make sure
about
y'all can't
time.
hear my
It's about
TV because
time for their
my
bedtime, anyways. But yeah, I heard everything that you said, and I mean that's her opinion. I still said what I said, so it's really to me. I don't really see no point in me having the same argument or discussion with her about what I
yeah.
already repeated to her. I already said this to her, so I'm not repeating myself. So if she wanna, do what she does, that's fine. Um, what exactly is supposed to do for me?
Well, here's what I will say.
How you feeling?
You have really been very good this week, girl. I don't know what's up. Like you have been like on your best control this week. You ain't really dragged nobody. I mean, you had I don't think you
Well,
really just dragged. You just been very like laid back, running your panel, letting everybody get their stuff out, asking questions, and for some reason when you calm and cool, people still want to hate, but when you drag, they still want to hate. Girl, I was shook. I was like, damn, Pizarro being good as hell this week. You was very patient, let's say that. But
I
yeah.
mean, when you in your personal life and you doing things and God working like He does, I mean,
Yeah. Um, I see
well,
Miss
He works for
Cruisers
me
up
all the
here.
time, but yes, Miss Cruz is
I,
up here because I would like for Miss Cruiser help me understand what she meant by the comments that she made on Blessed Walking Live and Corny Live, if you don't mind, Miss Cruiser. And hi, how you doing?
Hey Jessica, hey Miss Rosario,
hey Cruiser. You
and
had
hello
me 38
everyone.
hot earlier. I'm just gonna go on and tell you that. I'm gonna put that out there. I was going ham in the chat. Auntie Nika was like, anybody being disrespectful, your comments gonna be removed. So I was nice nasty because I wasn't. I was irritated, offended, and I was just highly disgusted because I was like, for somebody to be so educated, how can you sound so ignorant? And I'm not saying that to insult you because everybody can be ignorant on some things. So I'm sorry I just jumped in when you about to talk. But you really did have me 38 hot because I just found it to be very distasteful. I thought it was disgusting. And I thought for anybody to sit up there and try to break down and dissect Nicole Tyler's video and comments and stuff, I just found it to be like an utter disgrace. So anyway, I'm sorry. Forgive my
It's okay.
rudeness.
It's okay. And when I was in Harley Q, I was listening to her live, and what she said made me understand why people took what I said and was upset at it. It made me get it. She said, I understood what you were trying to say, Miss Cruiser, but it was a wrong time. What was being discussed on the panel was everybody was already annoyed, and I would probably even say upset with Jay Wilson because of what he said. And my very first statement was that I felt like I felt like anyone who's forced to get a vaccine that they do not want should not be poked at and picked on. I said that first because that's what I truly feel. That if that anyone who really did not want the vaccine and she didn't should not be poked at and picked on, and that's what's my feeling about Jay Wilson. But what a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm not gonna I didn't want to be on this side or that side or or he said it and I'm gonna drag him down. I wasn't interested in any of that. I wasn't interested I wasn't trying to say she wasn't being honest. I was saying, and I wasn't really talking about what she said, but what people were saying in response to what she said. What I was hearing people saying in different lives was they were already putting this woman in the hospital, and that wasn't the case. She said she went to the hospital, and so they were already putting her out. It was almost like, you say somebody's sick. Oh my God, they're sick. Oh, and people was already hyping it up to where it wasn't necessarily at the time. And that's what I was talking about. And my sole motive was, and somebody else, I can't remember who it was, broke it down so well for me, is that she took the shot and there is a big debate and a big concern about the vaccine. There is some reluctance in our Black community to take the vaccine. And I think that the whole conversation needs to be handled more carefully. And I felt like her as a healthcare provider, uh, um, that if she was going to put anything out at all, then she should give more information, because people are literally right now making the decision about themselves, whether they're going to take this vaccine or not. They're making decisions about their older loved ones, whether they're going to take this vaccine or not. And a lot of people are having a hard time with this. On one hand, what do I do with mama or grandma? On the other hand, they're saying this vaccine is dangerous. So my only motive in what I was saying, I wasn't saying anybody not to pray for Nicole, regardless what her illness is. I wasn't asking for anybody not to pray for her, and I wasn't saying I wasn't going to pray for her myself. And I don't feel the need to come over here and say I'm gonna pray for someone, because I've never been one who came on here and uh I've never talked about people HIV status and why don't they die, and you're gonna die anyway, and talked about people being on dialysis. That's not my reputation. So
Miss Cruiser,
so
can I
mhm,
ask something?
mhm.
I'm sorry to interject. Okay, I
Go
heard
ahead. No,
you
it's
say
okay.
that. Is my sound okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I heard you say that she works in healthcare and
Hmm.
that you have to be careful. Let me just go on and tell you, I am a conspiracy theorist. I am one of the
Hmm.
Black people who I'm not going to completely exclude or make the shot completely exempt out of my life, but I
Hmm.
am not going to take it because I feel like it was too quick, too fast, too soon, and for us to try to. I appreciate Nicole. Now I don't fuck with Nicole at all, but I appreciate her speaking out because we need to hear more people's reactions, and we should not be trying to silence somebody who we consider to be a whistleblower. We need to
But
hear
I'm not
people's
silencing her. With you being in healthcare yourself, because I'm
But Miss
in.
Cruiser, I work in healthcare and I've been in healthcare for 20 something years. I'm gonna tell you something. My entire department got COVID and I was the only one who did not. Okay, so I work in healthcare. So I don't believe that. I believe it's very dangerous when you try to silence somebody and tell
Well,
them
but
that
let me
they
ask
have
you a
to be,
question, because
careful.
you were assuming that I was trying to silence her, and that was not what I was trying to do at all. There was a
I
video
mean,
I
just
put out.
now what you just said about her
There was
being
a
in the
video I
medical
put out
field.
1 hour before I went on Bless Live. 1 hour, one full hour. Everybody can check this timestamp. And in that video, I said, in where we are today, I would like to do a panel where I have a person that's for the vaccine and somebody who's against the vaccine. Someone who's taking the vaccine and haven't had any issues with it, and somebody who's taking the vaccine and have had issues with it. I want to have somebody on the panel who's had COVID and said they are definitely taking the vaccine, and somebody who's had COVID and said they're not going to take the vaccine. So I'm not trying to silence her. I wanted a discussion. But here's my issue with the discussion, because you've been in healthcare, and at the risk of giving out my profession, I'm on the end of healthcare when people when healthcare don't work. Other words, when they're dead. I'm on that end. So I get the pleasure of seeing the people that's losing their life. I get the pleasure of reading the reports. I get the pleasure of making decisions on it. I get the pleasure of being on actual I've been pulled onto a special project concerning this. So having said that, I want to ask you in the healthcare profession, when you listen to her videos, do you hear her? She's not really saying what it is. Okay, the first video she came on, she was
Wait, let's
showing
dissect
issues.
that. Let's dissect that. Let's dissect that.
Mhm.
Let's dissect that. And then you can go on to your next point. You said the first
Okay.
video she isn't really showing.
No,
Continue that statement.
no,
Showing
no.
what?
On the first video that when she announces that she had taken she had take the she took the vaccine. I was concerned when I watched that video, and here's why. My first concern was I don't know who in her department or who she worked for pressured her or blackmailed her into taking that vaccine, because in the state of Virginia she didn't have to, and nobody should have told her we're going to report it to the CDC. I had an issue
Okay,
with
so
this lady having to take the vaccine when she didn't want to take the vaccine, when she had a conviction not to take it. So the second thing that I saw in that video was her fear. She was saying, I got my did you hear her say I got my affairs in order? I don't know what's going to happen. This was right after she took it.
yeah, she did
She
say
was
that. But as
she,
far as her being forced to take it, the thing is, you don't know what her financial situation is. You don't. I have, listen, I work where I, hold on, somebody calling me.
but you're not hearing what I said. I want you to respond to what I said. What I said was I don't like that her employer did that to her.
Okay, I'm
Would I
sorry
have
about that.
taken it
Somebody was calling.
anyway?
But what
Well, I don't like that her
what I
employer
was
did
saying
that to
was, we
her.
don't know. And listen, at my job, so there are three different entities where I work. All of them are three separate entities. One particular employee who sits next to me works for one particular entity where they have to take um, the flu shot. They have to. Now, we don't know if maybe clinical areas are supposed to or non-clinical areas are supposed to. For her to be put in a position to where she had to take the shot, according to what she's saying, we don't know if it's either take it or you're going to have to leave. We don't know what the situation is. The bottom line is she got the shot for whatever her reasons were.
I'm
We
I'm just
cannot sit
I'm
up
just
here
responding.
and
I'm
debate.
What I'm saying
Yeah.
is not speculation. I'm saying based on what she said. What she said was she was planning not to take the shot, and then she got a call, and they mentioned the CDC, and then she went to take a shot. I'm not speculating, and I'm not adding anything. I'm going on what she said.
Okay.
And my point to that is that that was a wrong thing for them to do to her. That's the first thing. And then she took it, and then afterwards she had big concerns about it. That was the first
So
thing.
what are you supposed to do? So okay, so yeah, she had hesitation, and that was wrong that they forced her into doing it.
Mhm.
But my point is, Miss Cruiser, what's done is done. She got the
Right.
shot, so
So
we might
so
as well
so from
skip the
there,
rest.
and so I'm not putting her down. I'm not putting that down. I'm not putting that down. I'm not. See, y'all thinking
I'm
I'm
not
judging.
accusing you of putting her
So,
down.
so my point is that so that was the first thing. And again, if you go back to my video this morning, that was my concern. So my
I'm not
second thing was
subscribed to
is
you,
that
so I don't know what you said.
she came back. So when she came back, she started having some reactions to it. And she said, "Y'all, I need to go to, the hospital. I'm going to the hospital." She didn't necessarily say she was in. I got the impression, and I could very well be wrong, that she went to the urgent care, to the emergency room, to find
Yes,
out
she
what was
did.
going on, which was the
But
right thing to do. That was
but
the
that's not
right
how it
thing
went,
to
Miss
do.
Cruiser. She said
Mhm.
she had been home sick in the bed for days.
I couldn't hear you,
Say it
fake
again,
Yaya.
face. Say it
She had
again,
been
Facebook.
she had been sick for days after the shot because she got started getting sick a couple of the days after the shot, and it got so bad that her children made her go to the ER. And
Yeah,
by the
and I
time,
understand that, and I understand that.
That's
I,
exactly right.
I agree. I
but what
understand
you're
that.
I
But
saying
guess what I'm saying earlier, you said, Miss Cruiser. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but what I was saying was my thing wasn't running down what she did, because she did what she. My thing was us assuming on YouTube that everything was associated with the vaccine without knowing it during a time when people are trying to make a decision
But
about the
that's what she
vaccine.
was
But that's
thinking
not
because
true.
you
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 can't
asked us
say
more
us
than me.
was assuming. You
I don't
came
can't
to
say
that
you
conclusion,
personally
Miss
were
Cruiser.
assuming, but a lot of people had
But
already
no, 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 no. A
taken
lot
the.
of people, no, that's not true, Miss Cruiser. A lot of people in Miss Bless chat was not just, nobody even was bringing up the vaccine. You the one that was really talking about, she can't just put that out there and it may not be true. What we said was prayers go out to her because she in the hospital. We didn't assume nothing. We saw what we saw. We saw her in the hospital and we kept saying in the chat, no matter what reason, put her in the hospital, prayers going out. We never sit up there and even question whether or not it was from COVID or not. You brought that
you
issue up
you
on Miss
didn't
Bless
you
Live.
you didn't in the chat, but if people be honest, people were already saying, I've been in chats and I heard people say, see, Nicole took the vaccine and now she's sick. I heard people say that.
But
And I
that's still
wasn't
a
speaking to
correlation.
anything judging what Nicole was. I was only speaking to, we can't jump to the conclusions because we do not know
But
that
who
to
are
be
you to
sure
make
for.
that decision that we can't jump to conclusions? It don't matter what the conclusion is. I think that's what we're trying to get you to understand. We don't care why the woman in the hospital, vaccine or not. The point was she in the hospital and prayers going out to her. Everybody in the chat was saying that. You the one that started dissecting her video and we can't do this and us this and we can't do that. Who is we? We just
But
Right.
said
can
the
I
woman in the hospital and send her prayers.
so can I say this? Can I be concerned about she in the hospital and agree that she needs prayer? I'm all for prayer, but
Well,
also
then
say
say
at the
that
same,
and then
but and
period.
also say at the same time that during this time when we're dealing with a deadly pandemic and people are making decisions about vaccines, that we really need to know before we put something on it and say, okay, this was what happened. That's all I was saying. That was
Miss
my
Cruz,
only motive.
it's very obvious to all of us that you're very pro the vaccine.
Not
Everything I've ever seen,
necessarily. I think not necessarily.
Miss
I,
Cruz,
I am
everything you
I
have
am
said has actually led me to
I
believe
am
that.
pro vaccine for those who are able to take it. Not everybody can take the vaccine. I am fully aware of that. There are some people who
Okay,
absolutely should never take it. But what I'm saying is this. What I think what people is missing is I'm saying is this. Let's have a healthy conversation about the vaccine. I'm not interested in
but
the drama
everything
behind it.
But
I'm
but
saying
ma'am,
let's have
Miss
a
Cruz,
healthy
you
Well,
trying to
have a
debate
honest,
one
healthy
that we
courageous
conversation.
conversation
understand.
about it.
how we gonna have a healthy conversation about it when you've already drawn conclusions, made
Thank you.
judgments? Like, ma'am, what you said was
Yes.
so inflammatory that we couldn't even get past that to
Yes.
even have the healthy discussion. Who are
I think
you?
that I think that that
Oh
people were
God.
so caught up into what Jay Wilson said and the whole thing
Wasn't nobody
that
caught up in
I
We
it.
think that
wasn't
some
studying
people
No,
Jay
wasn't
I
nobody
Wilson.
think that some
studying.
people are not
It
willing
wasn't
to
about him,
hear.
Nobody
girl.
was
I think
talking
some
about
people are not
him.
willing. I think that there are some people who want to assume that I want to say something bad, and then
No, I
some
don't know
people.
you.
But my
No.
point, my only motive is that let's have a healthy discussion. This is very important that we do. People are trying to make some decisions. I'm not trying to make anybody do anything. I'm just want people to make a decision based on facts. And once you come to that and you hear different things and hear the different people opinions, then you make a decision for yourself, but not make a decision to take the vaccine based on fear. I
But
don't like that.
ma'am,
Or
you
not,
aren't
or
you
to
That's
fear
a
take the
whole
vaccine,
separate
not take
issue.
the vaccine based on fear.
ma'am, you are fear mongering yourself in disseminating bad information. I'm not
Say
talking
that
No,
about the
again
what
for
what
the
bad
people in the
vaccine.
information?
back.
What I said was you don't
Oh
want to make
God.
get people to take the vaccine based on fear,
Miss
No,
and I
no,
don't
Cruiser,
want
Miss
people
no,
not to
ma'am.
Cruiser,
take
What
the
you
Miss
said
vaccine,
Cruiser.
not to
was
take
Why
the
are you
vaccine based on
no,
using
fear.
no,
why
no.
are you using Nicole Tyler as your healthy
Thank you.
conversation example?
Thank
Okay, if
you.
you want to have a healthy conversation and do it as a broad, okay, but don't use somebody who's clearly sick in the hospital as an example. See, this is what happened. What? You
And I
don't do
received
that.
that. Like I said, Harley Q told me that she understood my
Ma'am,
motive,
that's
but
one
it was the
person out
wrong
of
time, and I received that.
72,000.
I received
Ma'am,
that. It was
you
the wrong
holding on to
timing.
that one person that saw your point. Harley Q saw your point. Okay, great. That's wonderful. What we're saying is that you took Nicole, not Jay Wilson, not anybody else. You're responsible for the energy you bring. You got up on the panel talking about Nicole Tyler's situation and really putting 20 on 10. You made Nicole Tyler's situation something completely what we wasn't talking about. And I don't know you to draw any conclusions about you one way or the other. Now, we the people in the chat are saying that you do this kind of shit all the time. I don't know. I'm just
You
saying
know
what the
what?
people in the
And let me
chat
say
say.
this: the only reason why I brought up Harley Q was because again, she's somebody who don't know me, but she said it was the wrong timing, and I said in response to that, I received that. I understand what you're saying. It was a bad timing, and let me speak to bringing up stuff. That won't happen because that is you're very correct in saying that. I received that too, and here's why. I should not come on Bless Channel or a channel where people are talking about any type of drama when I know that's not my motive for coming there. That's not what I want to talk about.
But it
And that's
wasn't
where I'm,
about the
and that's
drama.
where
You
I
just have
admit
to.
I am wrong. I
I
do agree that
understand
I'm
what you're
wrong in that.
saying. I understand what you're saying, but it wasn't even about the drama because sometimes a lot of these content creators talk about more than just the beef sector. Here's where I had a problem. When you started dissecting whether or not Nicole Tyler was in a doctor's office or whether she was in the hospital, what difference does that make?
Let me ask you this. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. We bring things to YouTube. It's a public platform. Most of YouTube content, especially in this section of YouTube, is people coming on giving their opinions about what they saw on some another content creator's channel. That's what we do. So
Well,
I
you're
I
correct.
do that, and it's an issue because
No, no,
it,
no,
I don't
no,
take
no.
back what I do not. I apologize for doing it at the wrong time. I apologize for doing it on Bless Channel. But what I don't apologize for is anything that I said because what I said I meant it. I meant
What,
what
and
I
that's
said
fine.
in that, and I know my heart and my motives behind it.
Well,
I
we
know my
don't
heart and
we
my
don't
motives
have
behind
any doubt that you meant exactly what you said. That's what blowed us. But the reality of the situation, Miss Cruz, and don't nobody care about all that other extra stuff you really talking about, ma'am. What we're talking about at this very moment is the fact that you came up on the panel, gave your opinion, but it don't seem like you really open to receiving everybody else's opinion about what you said. Because just like you said, if you come up on a panel, you have to be willing to take blows and give blows. That's what
I'm
you
take.
do.
Hey, I've been taking them all day. I've been taking them
Well,
all
and
day.
you deserve them, ma'am.
I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm hearing what you're saying, but it does not change my what I know that my motive was. It does not change what I heard with my own ears and saw. It doesn't change
When you
that, and
say
I
motive,
know what
what
my
you
motive
mean
is.
motive? Motive is a very strong word considering
What
it's a woman
my
laying in the
motive was.
hospital.
What my
What
motive
were your
was.
motives? What were your motives?
My motive was to have a healthy conversation about a healthy, fair, balanced conversation about the vaccine. And I do not take back that a lot of people, because I know what I saw, people
Your
ran to the
motives were
conclusion
failures, though, Miss Cruiser, because that wasn't a healthy conversation.
it
It
was a
was, to me, it was repulsive.
it was a failure for some, but others understood where
You
I was coming
failed
from.
because ain't nobody checking for it, Miss Cruiser. I'm saying, how is that healthy when a woman laying on her hospital bed? Like, what's healthy about that?
Because
Obviously, she in the hospital because she not healthy.
y'all are making this one dimensional about Nicole.
Okay, well, you said what you said,
Nicole
and you
was the
feel how
opening
you
to
feel.
Nicole was the opening to the conversation. That was the opening to the conversation. Was it on the
Okay,
wrong
well,
time? Absolutely.
I didn't want to Kazan, just can you interrupt. highlight some
Uh,
Kazan's comment, please?
Yeah, let Fates Yaya, because she been up here, J Dunn.
No, let Jay go
okay.
ahead. But if she turn it to her, it's gonna be shut down.
No, no, I'm talking about this shot, this vaccination. So, and I actually just brought up the card that my cousin sent me because my cousin is a registered nurse in the ER in Mississippi, and she had to take it as well. And her first dose that she had to take was on December 29th, and then she had to wait and take her next dose on January 26th. But I was telling her about Nicole Towers because I just didn't get it. I felt a type of way about it because at the end of the day, if they are going to keep promoting this, at some point everybody is going to have to take it. Now, my
Wait a
cousin,
minute, Jay Dunn. You felt a certain way about your cousin taking it because of what? Say that again. Why was it again?
Well,
Because
no,
of
I felt a
no,
certain
say it.
type
No,
of
no,
way
no. Say it. Say it. You felt a
because
certain way for your cousin taking the vaccine because of what again?
no, 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 no. I
I want you
said
to
that
finish that thought.
I said that my cousin had took it, but I feel a certain type of way about Nicole Tyler because at some point we might all have to take it. That's what I said.
Okay. Okay. And why us all at one point having to take it make you feel some kind of way about Nicole Tyler?
Because at this point it's not foolproof. They don't know enough about it to be injecting
But
it in people.
okay. But why did you relate that back to Nicole Tyler?
Because she's the first person that I've seen that I've actually and I mean I know her from YouTube, but I met her in real life. I talked to this lady. So it does matter to me that she took the vaccination because her job made her only for it to put her in the state. So I was
So you're
asking my
saying
cousin
that
about
the
it.
state that she's in is because of the vaccine.
I believe that based on what I was
Okay.
asking my
And with
cousin.
that, ladies, thank you for having me on. I will let y'all go on. Jay Dunn just made my point for me. That's
But that
why I
was
had an
Jay
issue with
That's
it.
Dunn.
kind of
There
a
it is
cop
right
out
there. And
though for
at
you
this
to
That
point,
was Jay
leave.
I'm going
Dunn.
to
Jay
leave
Dunn
the
has
chat.
I
made
feel like
no
you running out
no.
without having this
I'm not
conversation because
running
you're so
out.
much.
It's just it's
Jay Dunn has made
if y'all
no
But you
believe
point
that
can't
my
right
tell
motive is
now.
bad, it doesn't make no
Miss
sense for me to
Cruiser, may I
stay.
please ask you a
Ma'am, you are
question?
very weird.
Miss Cruiser, may I please ask you a question? I fall
Yes, ma'am.
down and break my leg. I go to the hospital, and then when I get home, I die from a heart attack from blood clots. There's no correlation.
Uh, absolutely, there is a correlation
Exactly.
with it
This is,
because
but there's
the
a
blood.
correlation from her taking the vaccine and getting sick. We don't know if
We
that's
don't know that
indeed the fact.
we don't know
We don't,
whether that
can I
is or not.
please finish,
Is
Miss
my only
Cruz?
point.
Can I please finish? We don't know that and indeed the fact that the vaccine is what got her sick. That's neither here nor there. What we're saying, she is in the hospital sick.
But y'all keep arguing with me about she is in the hospital as though I have an issue with that. I don't. I don't have an issue with that she's in the
If you
hospital.
didn't have an issue with it, then you shouldn't have brought it up.
That's your opinion. But why I brought it up is just because of what Jay Dunn just said.
What Jay Dunn said has nothing and absolutely
It has
unequivocally
everything
nothing.
to do
Do
with
you
what I
know
was talking about.
Nicole? Have you ever met Nicole
It have
Tyler?
absolutely everything to do with what I was just saying.
Have you ever met Nicole Tyler?
Brianna, can you drop the link? The one and only is asking for it. I'm sorry to interrupt y'all, but Brianna, can you drop the link again?
And also, people in the chat are saying that companies are mandating it and the cities haven't. But from my understanding, I thought she worked one on one in a nursing capacity for a child in school that has underlying issues. So she may have had to sign something with whoever she works for to take any vaccine that they
Well,
If
and
I'm
mandate.
not
that's what I came
if
up here to say because Miss Cruiser, I didn't even make a point. I simply spoke about what my cousin told me. But
Right.
even that point that Fake Yaya is saying, um, from what my cousin told me, it is true. If you can be a carrier, whether you are asymptomatic, a lot of the times these public or these private establishments, these hospitals are making you do it. Now my cousin did it not because she was forced to, because she could have just went to a different hospital if she wanted to. But she did it simply because she has elderly parents and then she has a young child and
There
things
is
like
no
that.
correlation between that and Nicole Tyler. We jumping about talking about our first, second, and third cousins, our Uncle Tom, Dick, and Harry. This has nothing to do with nothing, Jaden. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or rude, but I mean that's a one case scenario. Your cousin. I mean, think about the person who first got the shot on TV and the girl fainted. I mean, they got different responses. Just like Face Yaya said, I know a lot of people who then went in the hospital for high blood pressure and came home with COVID. They came home with COVID.
But
So
you
let's
didn't
stick
let
to
me
what we're
finish.
saying.
Jessica, I didn't even
Go
get to
ahead.
finish my point.
Go ahead.
But
Go
either
ahead. Go
way,
ahead.
Nicole, if you were gonna say my cousin is a one off, then so is Nicole. Let's use what you just said about my cousin to say that Nicole is a one off. I
I
came
never
up
said
here
one
not
off. I said a one case by case study. We using your first cousin, then we use. I mean, come on now. We was initially talking about Nicole Tyler
Well, no,
and
because I was
this
talking about what a nurse has told me that
girl.
goes down.
Oh, you sound like a Baptist preacher right now. Go ahead, face y'all.
I don't have nothing to say. I'm done with it. Miss Cruz has her thoughts on it. I have mine. I just feel that we shouldn't condemn people no matter what is going on. When somebody's sick, they sick.
I
All the
never
rest of this
condemned
shit
her.
doesn't matter.
I never
And I
condemned
never
her, and I
condemned
never
her.
said that I
I
was
didn't
not.
condemn her. I made a video about it because I didn't like it.
I'm not condemning Nicole, and I never said I didn't have concern for her being sick. I was
Well,
just
maybe I
saying that
misread what
I
you
was
said,
just saying
and
that I
I'll go
do
back
not
and listen.
want.
But it really did feel like you were shading her for her that she has been known to lie in the past. That's what I got out of it.
I've never known Nicole to lie in the
And I
past, and
second that. That's what I
I don't
got, and that's
know.
what Pretty Kimmy got too. So
Well, I don't know Nicole to lie. I mean, I don't know anything about her lying in the past. The only run-ins that I've ever had with Nicole was warning her that somebody was gonna uh, flag her channel some years ago. But other than that, me and Nicole have never had any issues with each other. My motive is this vaccine. My motive is people not assuming until she comes out and say, y'all, it was a bad reaction to the vaccine, and this is what you need to know, that we shouldn't automatically assume that that's what it was. That was
Well, we
that
shouldn't
that was my
automatically
motive.
not assume there is a correlation. I mean, I just don't understand how you just gonna wipe that. That's even a possibility that
I'm
that
not
this
saying
should
it's
be.
not a possibility. I'm saying that we
But you
shouldn't
have
speak
not
it as
once said
we
that it
shouldn't speak
is.
it as fact unless we know it to
We're not
be fact.
speaking. We're all assuming because none of us here are doctors, and we're not her doctor.
Right, but
And
I
no, we're
came
not.
up here.
And
I
that's
came
and
up
that's
here
a good
telling
and
you.
that's a good point.
Don't do
None
it.
of us
Don't
are
do it.
doctors, and we're not her doctors, but yet we're already relating it to her. We're
No, I
already.
came up here and I
Oh
told y'all
God.
about what my cousin had told me.
Okay, wait a
And
minute, Jay. I got
Can
it's a
y'all let
question.
Jay Dawn make her point, please, so that
Well,
she
it's a
can go
question.
on
Brianna
now?
had a question. It's been up. It was Miss Cruiser. You was being shady in the comments and beefing 313. You were already trying to find fault in
Brianna,
her story.
That's
I was
exactly correct.
giving my opinion. I was not being
Ma'am, you
shady.
was throwing
I was
shade.
giving my
Ma'am,
opinion.
you've been counter hopping since Moses was a baby, talking about this all day. Every time I turn around, you on a panel slandering this lady, talking about if she isn't sick or
Kimmy, and that's
if
why I
she
wanted to
isn't.
leave, because I don't think that whose panel was I on
Girl,
today. I was on
were
Bless
you
Watchers
on? Let
panel.
me ask you this then. Let me ask you this. Were you on more
Whose
than
panel was I on
I'm
today? Just tell me
I'm
that
I'm
so
going
I
to
can check
answer your
myself.
question, ma'am. Were you or were you not on another panel earlier this morning?
We were this morning, we were talking about God and religion.
Oh
We were talking
God.
about
Oh
the absence of
God.
God, or being an atheist or not.
Oh God.
Were we not
Ma'am,
on Kwani's channel? What was Kwani talking about this morning? Was she talking about, we were talking
I
I
don't
about,
don't watch Kwani, so
I
I
don't
wouldn't
watch
know.
Quani, ma'am. I didn't see you on Quani panel. You were somewhere else either. So let me
no
take this
ma'am,
back. Let me
no
take this
ma'am,
back.
You
me
was
and
in
Kwani,
313's comments
You were in
doing his
313's comments.
313 did that video a couple of days ago. And here's the thing. That's why I'm not interested in all of this. I
If
wasn't.
you
If I
weren't
was on
interested in
somebody's
it, then
panel,
why do you
I mean,
keep coming
people
up
just
talking
see how
about it,
people
ma'am?
want to swing it. You was on someone's panel. I wasn't on anybody's
I
panel.
just said I retract the
Less panels today.
statement. I just said I retract the statement, ma'am. I
Okay,
don't have no
because
problem
I don't
retracting the
want to.
statement.
I don't
Can
want it
y'all
to
hear me?
become a thing. I
yes,
don't
we
But
want it
for
to
can.
you
become
to
a
for
beef.
you to even
Huh? Can
speculate,
y'all hear
Yes,
me? Can y'all hear me? All
hey,
right, I
yes.
just want to
hey,
make
hey,
sure.
Kazar, for you to even
Hey,
speculate that
Kimmy.
that lady, if that lady is sick or not, is outrageous.
I never speculated whether she was
Oh
sick or
my
not.
God,
My point is
lady.
only whether the vaccine
Hold on,
made
type
her
your
sick.
question in.
Oh
That's
God,
my only thing. I am only talking about whether
Jay
not
Dunn, do
the
you know this lady,
vaccine
Miss
made her
Cruiser?
sick.
Is this one of your subbies or one of your mods?
Who is
No,
that? Who?
No. Oh, she act a lot like you. This is
Who?
I. Oh, Miss Cruiser,
Kimmy,
I.
please. Because
Who?
how
Who are
do
you?
you expect
Hold
people?
on, wait a minute, Kimmy. Who are you? Who are you referring to?
Right, she's referring to me, and if you are my mod, Now this is a serious conversation. I really
I'm
came up here to
asking.
give,
Well, let me answer
and
that.
Cause
I'm
it's
Let me
telling you
answer
no.
that.
circular, Jadon.
Let
It's
me answer that.
circular.
Kimmy,
She
Kimmy, I
won't
don't
admit
do I don't
anything. She
do
won't admit that she never even. She won't admit that she ever talked about this. She won't admit that she even speculated on the girl is being sick. She won't admit that
Well,
she was
Kimmy, if you tell
dissecting whether
me
or not the lady
if
was
you if
in
you tell me where it is
hospital.
that I speculated on it,
I
because
don't
when
know,
Brian
ma'am.
asked the
I
question, I made
can't
a
figure it
comment on
out.
somebody's
I
thing,
don't know.
and I said the same thing. We do not know this be to be the thing, and you said that I was on somebody else's panel. I want to know
And I
where I
just
was
said
on.
I retract that.
Okay,
But ma'am, you gotta build it, you gotta let it go, Elsa. I just said I was wrong about
but
that.
then you turn right around and said, well, she refused to say she was this, and
That
she
is my
refused. No,
opinion, and it is my Pennsylvania privilege to have
okay,
one.
okay, and I respect that, but
And you
I'm
can
I'm just saying that
disagree.
I was not. And before before her video, I made a video concerning the vaccine. Before an hour or more
Oh
before her
God,
video,
you got a channel too?
I have two of them, both
Oh,
monetized.
of course they are.
Right, but either way, look, Pizarro, I came up here to try to talk about this, but it seems like people want to be shady and things like that instead of
No, Jay
actually
Dunn, we couldn't even
conversation.
get your point out. Jay Dunn, you never did get your point out. You was talking about your cousin, and then you were cut off.
Well, yeah, and that's what I came
Go
up here
ahead.
about.
Go
So
ahead.
essentially, once my cousin had got it, her first shot, she was fine. The second shot, she had complications, but not enough to be hospitalized. Not enough to have to go through the hospital. So all I'm saying is when I first saw Nicole Tyler's videos about her having trouble, I believed it immediately because I knew that my cousin had got through the two shots. And her second dose, she was having complications. And she got a child, she got her elderly parents, and she got her fiance that they about to get married in May. And so I knew that there was something behind what Nicole was saying. That's why I wasn't one of those people to be like, oh, she faking. The thing that was different for me though was that Nicole had these complications after the first shot. Where my cousin started having complications, she had the cold sweats, she had the body aches, she didn't lose her taste or her smell, but she had to start taking like a lot of Tylenols and things like that to get her body in order. Nurses are always on call. And when she was going through that stuff, they allowed her not to even have to come and be a nurse because nobody knew what was going on. And I simply say all that to say that this shot is unpredictable. They are throwing it out here on the market, but they don't know what it's going to do to you, what the side
Nobody
effects are going to be, and
knows.
all that. And one thing too that my cousin told me is that if you have been exposed to COVID at any point or had COVID within the previous 90 days, you should not be taking a shot. And I
That's
know that
not true.
Nicole had said that she felt like she had it before, but she just didn't know that she whether or not she had it. So I'm just saying you have to be mindful of that.
That's not true. And two things I would ask Jessica to verify or correct. Number one, the first shot is just preparing your body for the actual vaccine, which is in the second shot. That's the first thing. The second thing is if you had COVID, you don't have to wait 90 days. I've had COVID, and my doctor said, only reason my doctor asked me to wait is she said, I was tested for antibodies and I still have antibodies. I had COVID from December 7th all the way up to the 21st. I retested negative and I was sick as a dog, miserably sick as a dog. And I have antibodies right now. So she said, because we have a shortage here where we are in North Carolina, I will only ask you to wait. You can take the shot now, but I will only ask you to wait because you do have antibodies and you are still quarantining. So, and somebody else that's in the nursing field can correct that. And that's my only point is getting out correct information about this
But
for
who
those who
says the
do decide
information
will have
you
the correct
have is
information.
correct, ma'am?
But
Are
Miss
you
Club,
Mrs.
what I'm
Dr.
asking you, when
Fauci?
you get sick, you talk about what's going on with you. You don't talk about what's going on
Gosh.
with the world. You got That's what I'm trying to say. Whether she's a nurse or not, I'm going to talk about what's going on with me. I'm not worried about the world right now. I'm the one in the hospital bed. That's
Girl,
all I'm
you can't
saying.
tell Dr. Fauci up here nothing. Do you hear me? That ain't Dr.
But
Fauci. This
because
Dr.
I
Doolittle.
think what's happening here is that
Ma'am,
y'all are
what
trying
happened to
to
you
have a
is your
conversation about whether I
experience.
believe that Nicole is
Girl,
sick or
I
not.
don't care if
That's
you
not the
believe it or
conversation.
not.
That's not
You
the, that's
just
for
done
me. I
tore up
never
my
said that she
nerve.
That's
was.
not what I'm saying, Miss
My
Cruz. I'm
only
just saying you
conversation
keep
is
Miss.
not putting it on the vaccine if it may not have been the vaccine. That's my only
We
conversation.
don't know, Miss Cruz, but
That's the point. I agree. We don't know.
we
I
Miss
don't know.
agree.
We're just
Cruiser.
We
saying there
don't
is a
know.
correlation. But you're trying to say like she's the speaker.
Okay, I'm gonna need everybody to pause real quick. Pause.
Okay.
Pause. Okay, so Miss Cruiser, have you not seen other stories pertaining to people getting bad side effects because of the vaccine? Have you not seen any of those, or do you, or let
No,
me ask you this: have
no,
you
I
did
haven't.
any research?
Have I done research? Um,
Yes, to see if
unfortunately,
there's any, to
unfortunately,
see if there's anybody else that's having problems with the vaccine.
Miss
yes,
Pizarro, this is
I
Mrs.
have
Dr.
seen the
Fauci.
research. Yes, I have seen the research,
Oh God.
and based on the people that I know that's had it. And again, I'm not telling everybody to get it. I'm not even telling people to get it. I'm telling people to study it for yourself and make a decision based on that. But the people that I know that's had it, people on my job, people in my community, people at my church, because they're in healthcare, that's had it, they have not had any problems from it other than the soreness of the arm, and a couple of them had a sore throat for a few days. So no, I haven't had anybody, but I'm not saying that people don't haven't had issues from it. I'm not saying that people won't have issues from it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that let's base our concerns on facts and not just
Ma'am,
what we've
nobody
heard.
had concerns. Nobody had
Okay,
concerns.
hold
Did
on,
Jack
Kimmy.
Pastor?
Hold on, Kimmy.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on.
I'm
Hold on.
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so you said let's not base it on it, what again? Because I didn't hear that
I'm
last
saying
part you said.
let's base it on if we're going to use people's experience. Okay, if we're
Mm-hmm.
going to let's start there. We're going to use people
Mm-hmm.
experience with the vaccine. Then let's do that. And if we're going to use that as data, then we have to hear the full story. Is my only point. That's the point I'm trying to make. We have to hear the full information in full and know that things are fact and not assuming anything. So based on the people that I've known who's had the vaccine personally, that I know personally, that I can reach out and touch, I know them.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had any negative reactions to it other than a sore arm.
Okay.
A couple of people had a sore throat. Now, based on
Okay.
research that I've read on
Mm-hmm.
my job, then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there has been some people, especially what I came away with is that if you have any type of allergies, you should not
Mm-hmm.
take the vaccine. If there are certain type of diabetes medicine that you could be on, you should not
Mm-hmm.
take the vaccine unless they can change your medicines or those medicines are out of your systems. Or there are other reasons or people, I think that 35% of the population shouldn't take the vaccine, should not take the vaccine because it could harm them based
Okay, so
on
let me
information.
so let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with a company called Johnson and Johnson?
Johnson and Johnson is the company I'm gonna actually use to take my vaccine because they only require one shot rather than two. But yes,
Okay, so let me ask you another question. Do you take baby powder?
no, I do not use baby powder. No,
Can I ask you why?
because it kind of make you. I know that there was a whole lawsuit on it where women were using it for their private parts, and they, it ended up catching. I think cancer had some cancer for it, but for me personally, um, it doesn't work well for me. That's the best answer I can give without, being too graphic. No, it doesn't work. It's not something that I need or work well for me. But, would I take their vaccine? Yes, Johnson Johnson would be the company I would choose over the other three that's giving vaccines. I do plan to take the vaccine.
So you familiar with who they are,
Mm-hmm.
but you're going to trust them out of all the other companies?
Yes.
Hmm, that's interesting.
It's a
Okay,
lot of
y'all can
things. Let me ask you
continue.
this.
Well,
Thank
Miss
you, Miss
Cruiser,
Kruger.
Miss Cruiser, somebody
Mhm.
in the chat said you lying that you got baby powder all over you. It's all over your neck.
All up and over my neck and under my arm and on my toes and everything. Yes.
Yeah, I could smell it.
Hmm. And so, one other thing I want to say is that we allow our children to take vaccines. They can't go to school unless they take it. Then they turn around and they
Sean.
can't go to
Hold
college
on,
unless
Miss
they take the
Cruiser.
vaccine.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Miss Cruiser.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for letting me on. I just it's bizarre to me that we're having this conversation right now when it doesn't matter why Nicole is sick. Nicole is sick and is in need of prayers. I heard you, Miss Cruiser, on Bless Watkins' platform make a big argument about this. And it saddens me and it hurts me that someone would be so insensitive. I understand what you're saying, get all the facts. But if you want to get all the facts, I can tell you some of the facts. Number one, she had the Moderna vaccine, correct? That's what she said. One of the things I can tell you about the Moderna vaccine is Dr. Kismikia Shante Corbett. What does that name sound like? Her nickname is Kizzy. Is a
Kizzy.
black
Hmm.
woman who developed uh, the Moderna vaccine.
I have her video
She
on my channel.
Okay, she developed the vaccine. She's been going around the country trying to tell black and brown people not to be afraid to take the vaccine because she wants more people to take the vaccine. But my point is, no matter why she is ill, she's ill. An ill person needs prayer.
I,
Everybody's
I
going
agree.
around
I agree.
but that's not what
I
you
even
were
agree
doing.
that
That's not
I
what you
agree.
have been
I
doing.
believe
You
that
have not.
I believe that I believe in the power of prayer, and I believe that by Jesus' stripes we are healed. He was wounded for our transgression.
Oh
Right,
God, now we
And
now now
by
she
his
bringing
and
Jesus
by
now.
his
discredit.
stripes we're healed. So just because
Mm.
just because I say that she may not be sick from the vaccine, I find it I, I don't understand where people are taking that me saying she's not sick from the vaccine to me
But
saying she don't need
Because
prayer,
you were
she
talking
don't
about
need
whether or
healing,
not she
and
was
that
in
I'm
a
not praying
doctor's
for her.
she did.
office.
Okay, Kimmy, you heard the exact same thing I did, correct? Am I
Yes,
wrong?
yes.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
because
You are, but this
I'm just trying to say is
Again, may I
she.
finish? Let me do this. Let
No,
me do
but
this.
no, look,
Could you
you've been
answer? No,
speaking,
let
so
me
may
ask you
I?
something,
No,
and
no,
then
no,
I'll
no,
let you
no. You've
finish.
been speaking, so may I finish my sentence? You've been
Because
speaking.
this
You've
is
been
what I
speaking
have
from
issue with.
platform to
When
platform,
did I
giving people.
say? When did I say that Nicole didn't need prayer or that she was sick?
You
When?
no,
I
you
didn't say that. I said
insinuated when
she
you were in
was
Bless
not sick from.
Watkins on Bless Watkins platform. You said, and Bless Watkins even pulled up her phone and showed the picture, and she said that the
I
woman
said
is
that.
in the hospital.
I said
You
we don't
said
know
we
whether
can't
she's
tell
in
if
the
she's in the
hospital
hospital, the
or whether she
urgent
was in the
care, or what you call.
care or whether
But
she's
here's
in the
the thing.
emergency room. That's all I said. We don't know,
But
and that
why
doesn't
say
mean
that? She's sick.
that
You
she
can look
wasn't
at her
sick.
and see the woman is sick.
That
So why
I'm
would you do that?
when did I say she wasn't sick? We're having the wrong argument because I never said she wasn't sick. I didn't go to
But
the
that wasn't
urgent
the
care.
point.
I
But
was
the
sick as
point
a
of the
dog.
conversation, the reason you and Tracy got into it, the reason you and Tracy got
The
into it
reason why me
was
and Tracy got into it is because Tracy don't like me. Y'all are
no.
talking.
Okay, but wait.
Don't look, look. Don't
You
put
don't
Ma'am,
let
Tracy
people
ma'am,
talk.
you're
because
not
That's
likable,
one of your
ma'am.
problems.
Tracy is a
You're
person
not likable.
who talks about people HIV status and tell them to die. So I don't want to bring that in this because I
No,
don't
but
even
that's not my
you know.
point. That's not my point. Tracy got upset because the chat was talking about praying for Nicole, being compassionate towards Nicole, throw everything out because throw everything else aside. It doesn't matter if a person likes Nicole or not. Nicole is sick. Nicole is very, very sick. And Miss Pizarro, I see you just you just tagged Shelly's message. Shelly says if you're willing to let her go on your platform, she will. She has spoken to directly
And
to
again,
Nicole,
this
and I don't want to give.
conversation,
I'm
this,
not going to give Nicole's personal information,
okay, this
but if
this
you want to,
conversation, I'm not asking for Nicole's personal conversation, but this conversation have moved forward.
but today
This conversation have
she
moved
put on
towards
her
me.
today she did what you asked for while you were on Bless Watkins. You said she needs to give us more information. She went on her platform and put on her community wall and said, excuse me, y'all, I'm sorry. She put on her community wall, y'all, I got some news. It's bad. I don't feel like talking about it because I feel sad about it, but I need your prayers. So that, to me, that's enough.
And I
As a
re- and I
human
res-
being,
and I respect it.
that
And
is
I respect
enough.
that. And I won't defend the fact that I never said that I would not pay for Nicole. I won't defend the fact that I never not said that I thought she
Lady,
wasn't sick, because
I'm
that
not
was
the
not
only
the
one who
case at
heard it.
all. That
Miss
that is
Watkins
what
is
you
in
that
Miss
is
Watkins
by
is
me
in the chat.
saying
She
by
was
me
so
saying
upset.
that
She
Hold
put
on,
up the
y'all.
picture.
Okay,
you
hold on.
assume that
Can
because
we
I said that
all
she.
can we all go on mute but yeah, so that we can hear what Miss Cruiser said?
I just need the timestamp. I'm waiting for Jessica.
I never said
Okay.
she was not sick. I never said that. I said that I said, we don't know whether she's in the hospital, whether she's at the doctor's office, or whether she's in urgent care. That's what I said. And
And
we don't. At that point, we
that's
didn't.
insensitive because she said she was in the hospital. You don't have any reason to distrust it. That's what the woman said, she was in the hospital.
I did
Nicole,
not say.
you know what? Nicole says a lot of things I disagree with. There was a lot of things I disagree with about as far as Nicole Tyler is concerned with. But when the woman said she was in the hospital, that's
And
not
that's the
ever
difference
the
between
kind of
me and
thing
you.
she has ever.
I don't disagree with Nicole with anything. And I don't dislike Nicole. My motive was saying that we should not assume
But
that
see, that's the
she that,
problem. That's the problem. Nobody was talking about the
may I finish
vaccine.
my statement?
We were
But then
not talking about the.
okay, so as I admitted at the beginning of the video, that's where I went wrong. I was discussing the vaccine and
But
my
we
feelings
weren't
on the
talking about the
vaccine
vaccine.
in the
We
wrong.
weren't talking.
That's Let me finish. I discussed it at the wrong place. Even coming here was a bad idea, but I discussed it on the wrong place, on the wrong panel, on the wrong platform.
It was the
I will
wrong
agree.
time. It was the wrong time
It
to
was a
be.
bad
But
time. I
let me
agree.
tell you something. When a
I agree.
patient
It was a
walks in,
bad
let me, no,
time.
no, no, no. Oh, gosh. I, when a patient walks into my office and they're having an issue, and as a therapist, and they say something to me, and I'm even if I know, and I can be looking at their medical record from somebody else, and they say something is wrong with them, I am not going to say it is not serious. I'm not going to say that. I'm
I
not
didn't
going
say
to
it
say
wasn't.
it's
I
not
never said it
serious.
wasn't
I'm not
serious.
going to say. I'm
I
not
never
going to
said it
say.
was not. I
You
never said.
said it was Nicole's
Okay, excuse
responsibility.
me,
No, no, no.
ladies.
Can I
Hold
say
on,
one thing?
Sean. Hold on.
I'm
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna
but
let you
she
say
keeps
this,
stopping me.
but I just want us all to hear it first. So I'm gonna need you to hold that on that note.
There you go.
Yeah. Look at the time. You
I
got the
got it.
time stamp. Okay,
I'm going
I'm
to
gonna
it
need
now.
everybody to mute so we can actually hear Miss Cruiser words, and Miss Cruiser is here so that she can listen too, so she can hear what she said as well. Y'all saying she said it, she's saying she didn't say it like that. So let's hear the tape. Go
Give
ahead,
me one
yeah.
second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm going to it. You know it's slow. While she's doing that, may I say one thing?
Yes.
Nicole has no responsibility to anyone to say what's wrong with her at this point. She doesn't. She's been documenting as much as she can, and I don't think she owes anybody anything right now. When a person is sick, they're sick. Period.
In the streets. But how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know, when things kind of get hot on the streets, I go into disappear mode.
I heard that sometimes it messes with your spirit. That's why I'm not trying to get into all the new people that's getting talked about. I said we got enough right now. I don't know a lot of y'all are new people, and I'm not even interested. I would keep dealing with the older ones and the old time ones that I know on here.
Yeah, and then I'm kind of more concerned with what's. I'm so sick of this pandemic. I'm more concerned with what's going on with the stimulus and this pandemic than some of the stuff. And that's why I'm up here.
But then you missed the live yesterday. Was the day we was talking about the pandemic and the COVID.
Actually, I caught it. I was listening to it, but while I was listening to it, I was in. That's another thing with this pandemic. It affects. It's got us working not only long hours at work, but also on weekends. So it affects what I do affects that too. But so I heard it was a good discussion yesterday on your panel. And I think that we were so caught up with what Jay said, and what Jay said was horrible. In that, let me say this. In that, I don't like him poking at Nicole. For Nicole felt pressured to take a vaccine that she really didn't want to take, and regardless of my opinion on that, I didn't like that he poked at her for having to do that. But I think that we're so focused on Jay that we're missing the bigger picture. And Jay is who he is. Jay do what he do, and we all know what Jay do. But here's the bigger picture. Is Nicole in the hospital? In her video, she said that she was having anxiety and she went to the hospital. We don't know whether she is a patient in the hospital, so that keeps being said. We don't know what she's dealing with had anything to do with the vaccine. We're assuming that it does. And here's another thing. This is something that I was on Kwani's panel at the end of it, and they made a point concerning religion, but not the vaccine. But I can put it on this. They said that sometimes you can hear something and think something so much that it manifests in you. So Nicole, this is just my opinion. Y'all can drag me, but this is my opinion. Nicole did not want the vaccine. And when she was, in a sense, pressured to get the vaccine because of her profession, in that video, she was saying, I got my affairs in order, my kids with me. So she was already working herself up to, this thing ain't gonna work for me. This thing is gonna hurt me. Then from there, then the next thing we see is she said, I'm having anxiety, I'm having heart palpitations, I'm feeling bad. And then from there, we see her in what appears to be, it could have been the urgent care, it could have been a doctor's office, or it could have been the emergency room, but it looks more like it was an emergency room than an actual hospital room. I could be wrong. Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong. But then even there, she said, now on her community tab, I have to have a blood transfusion. A blood transfusion for what? That moved quickly. Now, I had COVID. That thing moved quickly, if that's what it is. But she's never said all of this is a result of the shot. We're assuming that. And I think that Nicole being a healthcare professional, if she's going to bring it to YouTube for everyone to see, I think that she needs to be give more information about it and be more responsible with what she's giving.
I don't think so. Let me tell you. Comment on some of that because you said quite a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Can I make a comment real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it doesn't matter what she told us. It's like just respect the fact. Nobody's gonna really lie.
Now, can we pause it right there? Where in there did I say that she wasn't sick? We're in listening to what we just listened to.
You implied that she worked herself up.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, Miss Cruiser, I'm going to be honest. Now, you said it did not look like she was in the hospital. I'm confused.
Just because I wasn't in the hospital and I was very sick. Me saying that she didn't, I said, my whole point, the very last thing I said before I said, hold on, is that the very last thing I said was, we cannot assume that this is because of the shot. That's what I said. Everybody's looking over that. We're
But hold on,
looking
But
wait.
we're
I just
looking
want to
over
jump in
that
really
he
quick.
could
because
have been
because
Hold
listening
my
on,
to
hold
your
on,
my
Harmony.
anxiety
argument
Hold
and
is
on,
that
hold
anxiety
on.
attack.
Everyone can't talk one at a time, and we can't hear what each
Hold on,
other's
wait. Let me
saying.
just jump in real quick because I'm like just getting off. But I just want to jump in real quick to say that did you watch the video of her laying in the bed? Because what you're relaying is not what she said in that video. She said verbatim she took the shot. Days later, her children made her go to the emergency room. You're I don't know if you listened to the right video, but what you're saying is totally different from what she said, which makes what you're saying even crazier for you to be up here saying what you're saying. Because
her
it's two
children made
different
her go
things.
to the emergency room. That's what you just
But
said. Her
why but
children made her
why is
go to the
that
emergency
important? Like
room.
I don't understand what your argument is.
My
You're
argument
more
is that
and I ain't even trying to snap on you, but what you saying is like totally ignorant.
my
And you're not an
argument
ignorant
is
woman, and I
that
know you're not
because
ignorant.
because y'all are trying to make the argument, or whether I'm not, I'm saying Nicole is sick. That's
No,
not my
that's not
argument.
what we're
My
saying. That's
argument
not what
is
we're
that
saying at
whether or
all.
not it's
What we're
putting it on,
that's not what we're saying. No
it's
one's
putting it
saying
on
that
the
you didn't say that she
vaccine.
was
Is my
sick.
only argument.
But that's not what they're saying. What they're saying is you're trying to litigate how sick she is.
I'm not trying
You
to
trying to
litigate how
determine
sick
how sick
she
she
is.
is. Oh
That's
well,
not
is
my
she at the
point.
emergency
I'm
room?
trying
Or is
to
she in the
say
doctor's
whether or
office?
not it
Or is
was
she in
the
the hospital or not?
vaccine or
No one's
not.
saying that you're not saying
Was
that
it
she's
the
sick.
vaccine
You're
or not?
playing
That's
on
all I'm
words.
saying.
You playing on words. And the thing is, why is you doing that?
Because my
And it's
only thing
nobody's
was whether it was
business
vaccine
why.
or not.
But then to go
And
back, back,
this
but
this
what
conversation
you're
kind of is not if
saying is not what
okay,
she said.
let me do this. Let me do this. Y'all believe that I was trying to question whether or not she was sick.
No,
I
Yes,
that's
you
not what.
did.
No, we don't.
I believe that I was questioning whether or not of saying don't put it on the vaccine if we don't know that to be true.
No,
So
Well,
having
Miss
said
Miss
but
that,
Cruz,
she never
what
I
I'm
ask
said
going
you
to
this.
that.
do is
What was
this
the
is what I'm
purpose of
going
But
to
my
saying
do.
that
thing
you
is,
was
she
in
never
the
said
you
that.
didn't go to the hospital when you
This is
were
what
sick?
I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to y'all and let y'all go with the narrative that I was questioning whether or not she was sick
But
and how
I'm
sick she was.
legit telling
And
you,
I'm going to
I'm
leave it
legit
there
in your.
because
But
I
Miss
would rather
Cruiser,
have a
that's but then,
conversation
but
about
Miss
the
Cruiser, but
vaccine.
that's well, not what go we're on your saying. channel and have it. I'm legit
Okay,
telling you
and
that's not
that's
what
what
we're
I do. I
saying,
do just that.
and you legit
I
telling me
have
that
learned
what?
my lesson, and that's where I have my. That's I won't join any more panels.
Ma'am, you are
And
a
let me say
master
this.
troll. You are a
And let me say
master
this to
troll.
everybody on the panel. I obviously upset some people, especially the lady right below me. I can't see the names because I don't have my glasses on. And for
My
that,
name is
I
Sean.
apologize.
Thank you.
And for that, I apologize. And I will not have any, unless the Most High say different. I will not have any more conversations concerning the vaccine unless it's on my channel or somebody who's interested in discussing the vaccine.
I
And for
couldn't
those
imagine
who believe,
anybody
and for
who would be
those who
But,
interested.
believe,
but there are
because
good
I
things
know,
that you can
because
be
I
talking
know what's
about
in
the
my heart.
vaccine.
I
You
know
could have
what my
came
motive
here with
was, and I know what my motive was, and I know what I came to say. I never questioned whether that lady was sick or not. I have no reason to do that. My only thing was saying, don't put it on the vaccine if we don't know that to be fact. That was my only motive. And for those who believe that and understand that, bless you. And for those who do not, I understand and I apologize. And thank you, Ms. Fazaro, for letting me on. And again, to the lady right beneath me, I'm so sorry that it hurt you to that point. Y'all have a good night. God bless.
Good night.
Did that lady just sit here and listen to the whole replay and still deny that she said what she said?
yes, she did.
Oh, okay. I was just checking because I wasn't sure. But Miss Pizarro, you could have at least sent out an APB or put a post on your community wall saying that we were going to have someone famous on this evening because, honey, I did not know we were going to have Mrs. Dr. Fauci on herself.
You so shady. You shady as shit.
I
but
mean, this lady is the expert on baby powder. What black person they never use baby powder? She just weird. She just makes stuff up. Oh, I wasn't on nobody panel. Then we roll that beautiful bean footage. Here you is sitting up on Bless Watkins panel, front and center. Then you turned around and Jay Dunn was up here trying to tell you about her sister. Her cousin. Excuse me. You arguing this lady down. That's why I asked Jay Dunn what Jay Dunn is. Do you know this lady or something? Why is this lady doing all of this?
I mean, but y'all, she got her opinions, but it is 9:23, and y'all know my bestie going live at 9:30. So, see
Wait, is
y'all in
she for real?
Pettyville now.
Is she catfishing us?
She dead serious. She going live at 9:30. I'm making sure she go. I'm sending all y'all over there to her. I'm done.
Yeah, you done had an epic 2 days, Miss Pazar.
Yeah,
Bree,
it's the
you get ready
weekend
to go
is her
live?
time. I'm taking a break from y'all just so y'all know. So Bestie will be taking over and
No,
whoever
Lori, she
else.
the only black person in the whole America that never used baby powder. Get out of here. She got baby powder on right now. All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.
Bye.
Bree said 9:35.
I know, but y'all had done already had left. So she said 9:35. She will be going live. Okay, that gives y'all plenty of time to roll y'all joint, get y'all drink, do what you gotta do, and that give me enough time to finish eating my damn crap. Don't go, don't be doing that. Why? It's time to go. I'm not trying to stay here for 15 minutes. Damn. I'm not. But I will say this. I'm glad that all the ladies came up here and y'all all had a conversation. Miss Cruiser, you came up here and you gave a good side of how you felt. All I can do is respect your opinion on the situation because that's how you feel, and that's a lot of people that's just like you. So, I respect your opinion. I don't feel no type of way about you. People gonna say and feel how they want to. But also understand when you say shit, expect for you to get backlash when you know that you said some ignorant ass shit. You also said that you have done your research, but you haven't done your research. So therefore, that lets me know that you haven't done any other research than what you're being told, and you're not doing your own independent research and trying to see if there's people who have been harmed by the vaccine. I think that you and a lot of people who think like you guys dismiss that because you feel like, oh well, because you're okay, that doesn't mean that somebody else is okay and they is supposed to experience the same shit you're going through. Just like a lot of women who got that poison from the talcum powder from the same company that you trust. I don't understand that, but that's how you feel. That's what you think. And I respect how you feel on that situation. But I don't understand it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how you can trust a company that didn't give a damn that they was giving women cancer. Like I don't get it. But hey, if y'all okay with them putting baby fetus and mercury and all this toxic chemicals in your body and other shit that I ain't gonna talk about or announce, by all means be that guinea pigs, but bitch, I ain't being no lab rat. Black folks did that too long and we ain't participating in that shit. So I don't think that you know black folks should be out here trying to promote other black folks to be getting the vaccine when we know damn well we can't trust the government. I don't give a damn what you say. 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 We cannot trust them. I don't know why y'all think y'all can trust them, but please do your research. Please figure out your research. Please discover why all the diseases that they know about. Please understand where those diseases came from and how your vaccine developed and it became a disease. I just want people to do that. Okay, do your research because some of y'all do not know the truth behind a lot of these fucking diseases and STDs. But we ain't gonna get into that because I don't think y'all ready for that type of shit right there. Bye bye. See y'all later.